Shalom, shalom. I'm going to start off this video by giving our praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elder bishops, a great millstone that rule well, that teach well, while I learn his truth 100% according to the Bible. I also want to say shalom to the elect, and I also want to say shalom to the Akwaf, which are you sisters that are sincere in your children, shalom. And in today's video is going to be a little quick update of things that are basically taking place. You got Iran that just launched missiles at a Qatar base that is, owned by the United States, one of their bases in the Middle East. So you basically got that just occurred, so there's basically going to be an update on that, and I'm going to get into this video so we can basically hear what it is that they're talking about. But before I started, I want to say fair use on the 1976 Copyright Act. I'm not getting paid for this video. This is only for educational purposes only. Fair use.
Right now, Qatar is confirming as well as condemning this attack by Iran, launching missiles on U.S. military forces in that region. Tensions right now are on high alert all across the Middle East. The military base there in Qatar has roughly 10,000 U.S. troops stationed there. It serves as the forward headquarters for U.S. Central Command, better known as CENTCOM. It is the largest U.S. military installation in the Middle East. Just in the Middle East alone, there's about 40,000 U.S. troops in that region. All right, let's get out now. Let's get back to senior national correspondent Brian Inton, who just arrived in Doha. He joins us live now. Brian, what more can you tell us? We're looking at this video that you shot moments ago showing those lights there in the sky, those missiles.
Yeah, that was right after we landed here in Qatar, Nicole. We had gotten off the plane, got our bags. We were driving out of the airport on our way to our hotel. Sort of had a feeling that something could be imminent because they had just closed the airspace over the entire country of Qatar. And we were just driving and started to hear bangs, just bangs in the car. And I said to my photographer, Luis, what do you think that is? Do you think that could be the attack that was possibly going to happen? And then I don't know. We were on the highway. We pulled over. We got out. Other people started pulling over their cars too. We looked up into the sky over Doha, and this video is what I shot. And that was the best I could do in the moment. It was so dark, but you can see there were just these little flashes of light, many of them flying away from the United States military base here, which we now know were missile defense systems that were launching in the directions of Iran. But again, they were going right over downtown Doha, so it was really something to see right over the skyline. But there were at least two that I saw that appeared to be flashes in the sky going in the opposite direction, the opposite end of Doha, going over the skyscrapers and then toward the military base, which I would assume were the missiles from Iran. The latest we're hearing here in Qatar from the government of Qatar is that their missile defense systems were able to successfully stop all of these missiles that were headed for the U.S. base here. So I mean, it's all happening very, very quickly. So we can't say for sure, but it appears that that the worst didn't happen at the base, that there maybe was not a missile with a direct hit. I saw some getting very, very close, though. Again, those two that I saw headed in the opposite direction from all the ones leaving the base. But I'm just looking behind me now, Nicole. The base is about 20 miles behind me. It's relatively quiet right now. There were never any sirens that went off here in Doha that I heard. And again, it was just kind of bizarre because if you've been to Doha, I mean, this is an international destination. You've got people from all over the world. It's now, what time is it here? It's 8:30 at night. When we pulled over, I mean, people were out partying on the side of the streets. They were out just walking around with friends, and everybody just sort of stopped and couldn't believe what was happening in that moment, that you had these missiles flying right over the city, Nicole.
Yeah, and Brian, that missile defense system activated there over Qatar. I mean, it's something that we have seen time and time again over Israel with its Iron Dome.
Right. So you basically get a gist of what it is that they're basically talking about. So basically, you got Iran that just launched basically ballistic missiles at an American base in Qatar, right? So ultimately, we know that all of this stuff is ultimately leading to World War III, man. And that's why you're going to continue to see those situations over there in the Middle East continuing to get brewed up more and more, because that's ultimately where the Lord is going to drag all of these nations, including America, over there to fight in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, right? In the Battle of Armageddon that it tells you about in the book of Revelations. So that's ultimately what's coming. But we know ultimately that World War III won't get nuclear until that MOTBC is made mandatory. And I'm going to actually pull that up. This is Matthew 24:6 in the NLT. It said, and you will have wars, right? You have active wars that are actually taking place. As far as with the Russia and Ukraine conflict, you know, you got Israel and Iran trading strikes with one another and things of that nature, right? And it says, and threats of wars, which are talks of wars or nations making threats towards one another to go to war, right? So you're hearing a lot of those go on as well, right? And it says, but don't panic. Yes, these things must take place, but the end won't follow immediately. And we know that end won't follow until ultimately that CHIP is made mandatory. That's when World War III is going to reach its intense climax that is going to reach, which is when those thermonuclear missiles are going to be shot off, right? So I'm going to actually get this precept right here as well. This is Revelation chapter 11. And I'm going to start at verse 14 in the KJV. It says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Because that's ultimately what all of these events are leading up towards, right? It's going to lead up to World War III, man. So, you know, it's coming soon, and we see it all happening. You know, the Lord is allowing all of these events ultimately to lead up to this said war that's going to take place, man, which is a major part of prophecy, man, you know. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything I had to say with today's video. Just a little quick update on things that are basically happening, you know. Lord's willing to be edifying. To the next time, I'm going to say shalom to the elect.